Welcome aboard, folks. I'm Don. I love the title of this song. I watched it all on my radio. There was another song that kind of had like a theme like that where we watched it on our radio. I love just the anachronistic, instead of TV, when all you had was radio, but you created mind pictures. I'm guessing that's what this is about, but it's an artist I have not reacted to before, Lionel B. Cartwright. I watched it all on my radio. Derek Huckaby made a gift to the channel for me to do this, to get it done ASAP, so I did. So Derek, shout out to you. Thank you for the gift. And Derek, you requested that I do the official video, so that's the one that I got. Hopefully it's not blocked. The way I do it is when I upload, after I record, edit, upload, and all that stuff, create the thumbnail, I uploaded. That's when I find out if there's a copyright issue with it or not. And sometimes when there's a copyright issue with the video, if I remove the video and just leave the sound is almost always fine. Almost always, not always. Some artists like Bob Dylan and such, and it used to be Neil Young and still kind of is, they were hands off, just don't touch it. But the digital revolution is gradually catching up with all the artists and such. But that's just a little bit of background on how things work. So I've got Lionel B. Cartwright. It's like Tom T. Hall. Some people just love that middle initial. Here we go.
You'd better be in bed by the time I get up there.
I remember that as a kid.
Good night, honey.
Now get yourself ready, get that radio turned up, because tonight, live in our spacious studios, a very special guest, ladies and gentlemen, Lionel Cartwright.
Oh, nice.
I had a 6 transistor when I was a kid. Under my pillow, I kept it hid. When the lights went out, and no one could see, over the airwaves the world came to me.
Nice.
I'd go through the stations till I found a game. I knew how they played by the sounds of their names. The sluggers hit homers, those pitchers threw smoke, and I watched it all on my radio. At the crack of the bat, I knew how far it'd go, and I watched it all on my radio. I watched it all on my radio.
Good timing for this request, Derek, because opening day was just a few days ago for baseball season. When did this come out? Did this come out in the 80s or 90s?
When the ball game was over, the wrap-up complete, I'd search through the static till I found a beat. The Beatles and Creedence, the Stones and the Byrds. You should have seen all the groups that I heard. And on Saturday night, when the skies were all clear, a station from Nashville sometimes would appear.
Yeah.
Steel guitars and soft southern twang, the stars of the Grand Ole Opry would sing. And I had a seat on the very front row, and I watched it all on my radio. I watched it all on my radio. Some preacher came on to tell me what's right, to tell me what's wrong. And there was a test at the sound of the beat. It was only a test, the voice would repeat, and the national anthem would sing me to sleep. I had a 6 transistor when I was a kid. Under my pillow, I kept it hid. When the lights went out, no one could see. Over the airwaves, the world came to me. And I had a seat on the very front row, and I watched it all on my radio. I watched it all on my radio.
This is really well shot.
Let's hear it for Lionel Cartwright. Woo, yeah, we're gonna be here listening to the greatest country music on the big...
Oh, there it is, 1989. Man, if that doesn't bring back memories, you weren't living right. Because every single person did that. I mean, everybody I know I did it. I was like, as soon as that door shut, and then then I could do the same thing. And Donald, go to bed. Donald, turn that off. Donald this, Donald that. But, you know, that every kid, you got to push the envelope as a kid. Rules are there. And you got to get in trouble in life. You got to test those rules out. You're going to anyway, usually. And then you get in trouble. You find out which ones you can break and which ones you can't. And it starts with breaking your parents' rules, and then you go to school, and then maybe you break the law here and there, and you get in trouble, or you get a speeding ticket, and you find out, all right, I got my comfort level. Some folks just drive 65 into 65. Others, like me, don't. And but I love that. I love the way they ran through everything that takes place on the radio. You know, he had the preacher man. He even had like the... you know how they used to do the test of the American emergency system or American broadcast system, and it'd be like this beep or whatever, but they would tell you this is only a test like a million times. And what else could I say? It started with baseball and stayed on that theme for a while, but then it got off and onto Nashville came on. You could hear the sound of steel. When I first saw him singing in the very beginning of the video, I thought that he was like a 12-year-old. Like, he has such a baby boy face. And then, you know, they shot back and he's tall and he's got his band. And so he's a grown man with a baby face, which I'm sure worked very well with some of the ladies. But I don't know if anybody else has requested him before because they're good. I don't know what the career was like there. Maybe they're a one-hit wonder, maybe not. But as far as I know, that's the only time that's been requested. So they're a good one. All right, I'm going to rate that song. I had a goofy grin. It was a fun song. Bring It About. I love the little kid's grin when his mother shut the door. And he was in the dark, but he was clutching onto his radio. And he just then smiled like, all right, well, now she's gone, I can get back to my radio type of look. All right, the number that popped into my head was an 8.8 because that was just a fun song. And I thought it was very well shot for what they had to work with, too. It was just a fun song. So, Derek, shout out to you. Thank you for that treat. I love the fun stuff. I mean, the sad stuff, I like feeling it, too. But the fun stuff, of course I want that mixed in there. I don't want to feel sad all the time. So this was a very pleasant, fun song. There it is, folks. Leave your comments. I love reading them and seeing who was reminded of songs they hadn't thought of in decades type of thing or whatever. There it is. Have a great day. See you on another video and keep rocking the country.